Great to have you with us. Now, in our first story, we are ready to beat malaria. That's the theme for this year's Malaria Day commemoration. Malaria remains top in most OPD cases recorded at various health facilities across the country. Over the last 7 decades, the World Health Organization has been providing support to countries to fight malaria. The theme, Ready to Beat Malaria, underscores the collective energy and commitment of the global malaria community in uniting around the common goal of achieving a malaria-free world. According to the WHO, malaria is a life-threatening disease caused by parasites that are transmitted to people through the bites of an infected female Anopheles mosquito. It is a preventable and curable disease, and yet the global burden of this disease is very high. According to the latest World Malaria Report released in November 2017, there were 216 million cases of malaria in that year, up from the 211 million cases in 2015. The estimated number of malaria deaths stood at 445,000 in 2016, a similar number to the previous year, that is 446,000. We'll be hearing from some WHO officials in the bulletin now. Scores of patients seeking healthcare services at the Garu and Boko branches of the Quality Medical Center, a private healthcare provider in the Upper East region, are stranded as officials of the medical center demand payment for drugs. Joy News visited the Quality Medical Center and spoke to some of the staff who have been sharing the difficulties they go through in getting their claims.
You can see even as a family, somebody who is a family, has children, they go to school, you are living even in a rented house, even feeding is even very difficult. So sometimes when you encounter some of these things, and you cannot even take a loan, you can't even borrow, and things like that, you know, sometimes your mind is divided, you are even frustrated, even sometimes when you come to office, and that encouragement is not there, that kind of trying to this thing, you will not be able to do your best. And some of these things are some of the things that we are encountering. And we are also trying to do our best, even though salaries are not coming based on health insurance, they not paying. We are trying to do our best. And you know, health insurance have to pay so that they can get money to buy more drugs. It is where they can get money to buy drugs for patients. If there's no money, imagine there's no money to buy drugs. So these are some of the things we are actually facing.
You cannot even do business. If it's a facility that the salary is irregular, you can go to the bank, take a loan, then there will be deductions at the end of the month. But here it is, you can't even get a normal salary. Then you can't get loan facilities or credit facilities anywhere. So in fact, it's difficult for us. So if the insurance, because this one we can also say is our employer. As my colleague said, it is the insurance, they are not paying. If they are able to clear, then we know that every month we'll get something to be able to support our families. But without them paying, the director or the employer cannot get money from anywhere to come and settle his debts. And then because there are no drugs in the facilities too, we don't get the number of patients the attendance we used to get. The attendance has dropped and it's affecting the facility and everything.
Now, some of the patients have been venting their frustrations to Joy News.
Yes, about something goes to me.
He's here for 4 days today. So he's been like health insurance not working. Only to write drugs and say they should bad drugs. He spent about 2.4.
Something. I'm done a thing here.
Apart from that, the hospital they are very good staff. Doctors are there. They come, they won't delay. The problem is that the health insurance. That there's no money to buy because if they come like this, it's difficult for them. So
that it doesn't cover all the drugs because some of the drugs has not been given. So it's the right for us to gain back. Well, no, we have to see the health insurance people to help us because majority of us cannot afford the money to buy the drugs that is needed.
Well, let's get onto the phone lines now and speak with the CEO of the Quality Medical Center, Dr. Francis Asana, for more. Good afternoon, Dr. Asana, and thanks for your time. Why are you cutting services to these stranded patients at this time of the year?
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Asana, we are asking why you're cutting services to these patients at this time.
That line is very faint. Why we are doing what?
Dr. Asana, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but the line is faint.
Great. I'm asking why you are cutting services to these patients.
Well, it was my workers embarked on a strike on the 12th of April. And their reasons were that they have not received salary for a total of 7 months. And they have told management about it, and we told them that the problem was that our hospital hadn't...
Hello, Dr. Asana.
Yes, are you hearing me?
You would have to go back a bit. It was difficult to hear you earlier.
Yeah, I'm saying that it was the workers of the hospital, the junior workers. They embarked on an industrial action, a strike action, on the 12th of April. And the reason was we had not paid them for 7 months. The reason being that we had not been paid 20 months of our indebtedness to National Insurance. We pleaded with them to come back to work and they refused. But management was able to hold on the fort and supplied all the medical needs of the workers until we were paid some money. We were paid on the 15th of this month. We were paid our November and December of 2016. November, December 2016, we received this money this month. So we were able to pay them 3 months. We paid them their money for September, October, and November. So they resumed work last week, I think that was last week Friday, that they resumed work. So now we are working. But we are still owing them 4 months of their salary, but they are working now. That is the situation in the Garo Quality Medical Center. And
in your engagement with the workers, at what time are they expecting to be paid the remaining 4 months?
Well, one good thing about the National Insurance is that look at how far Garo is from Accra. Almost every month we come down to engage with them. You come and meet the highest authority. You bring all your indebtedness, show them everything. The good thing is that they will promise you heaven and earth that, look, money is available next month or next week. We will release 4 months to you. Then you travel all the way back to the north here. You wait for 2 months, 3 months, and you don't get anything, or you get 1 month. It's been so bad. The last time I traveled to Accra to engage them was on the 26th of February. And I was assured of being paid a minimum of 4 months of the 2 hospitals. As I talk from that time, I have received 4 payments of 2016 for one of the hospitals. On the 1st of March, 2018, I was paid, this hospital was paid September and October claim of 2016. Then on the 13th or 14th of this month, we were paid November, December. So it means the whole of 2017, nothing has come. And they are still owing us arrears. They've not yet paid August 2016. We don't know what is happening to the arrears. There are some arrears they have to pay us. About 190, 2016, it hasn't been paid. That is making serious financial problems for the institution.
How is the hospital progressing in face of these financial problems?
Just bank loans. Our loans are ballooned. In fact, we are owing Textile Rural Bank, which is a bank located in Garo here, to the tune of over 400,000 Ghana cedis. And that is what we are using to manage. You pick loans to go and buy drugs for clients at 34%, 33%, 30%. You pick loans to pay Tobinco, NS Chemist, and other debtors. You pick loans to pay SNIT. In fact, SNIT sent us to court. And we have to do a negotiated payment of about 3,400 per month. And if we default twice, we are going back to court. It's been a nightmare.
And how long are the workers willing to wait before they go on strike again, if they will?
Well, in their letter, they demanded all their 7 months' salary. They demanded. But when we got these 2 men, we explained to them We've gotten 2 men. We cannot use the 2 men and pay you all the 7 men, and we will not buy electricity. We will not run the hospital. We will not buy medicines, drugs, and non-drugs. So please take it, and they accept it. So we are just hoping that if next month again insurance pays us January, February of 13, or they pay the other arrears, we will pay them again. Once we let them know that they should have good faith with management. It is just that insurance delayed in paying over 20 months. That is why the delay has come. And by extension, we say, we are being owed 20 months. We are owing you 7 months. So it means that we've done better. And I think they understood that and they are back to work.
Right. Thank you very much, Dr. Francis Asana. He is the CEO of the Quality Medical Center in Garu. Now, we'll be speaking with Dr. Samuel Ano. He is the CEO of the National Health Insurance Authority before the bulletin is over. But in the meantime, let's do Joy News Agenda. And today, Ashanti Regional Correspondent Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has been exploring health hazards posed by landfill sites. According to environmental scientists, greenhouse gases generated from waste come with more devastating health implications. Also, poorly engineered landfill or dumping sites also pollute groundwater systems with attendant health hazards to users. How bad can the situation be? Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has details.
Methane gas is said to be 28 times more harmful than carbon dioxide. Landfill gas also contributes to smoke, giving rise to asthma and other diseases. In 2010 alone, trash released nearly 800 million metric tons of carbon dioxide globally, equivalent to about 11% of all methane generated by humans. Methane is far more damaging as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. It is produced by decomposed organic materials in the absence of air. It traps heat efficiently, though it is health and safety hazard. About 2/3 of landfill waste contains biodegradable organic matter from households, business and industry. As this organic matter decomposes, it releases methane gas. The scientists have discovered that methane traps up to 20 times more heat in the atmosphere. Dr. David Doche Wemega, a senior lecturer at the physics department at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Methane at the landfill site representing about between 5 and 15% of the air volume can lead to combustion, can actually burst into flame. So if not controlled at the site, so those people living within the enclave of the catchment area of this can also be in danger.
Solid waste disposal in Ghana has become indiscriminate because there is no system for separating it from liquid and other forms. Currently, there are many authorized and unauthorized landfill and dump sites. Unfortunately, most of them fall below modern standards with health and environmental consequences to the people. Dr. Wemega again.
I think they have to look at putting a more means of trying to protect the site and engineer the site in such a way that the methane can be collected. Because to be able to collect the methane, it means that you are preventing it from being emitted out. Because if you don't cap the site very well to prevent the methane from escaping, then you're not going to get a viable quantity of methane from the site to be used for that economic purpose. So proper engineering has to be taken into place at the site to make sure that the site is well kept.
Residents within dumping and landfill sites are more likely to suffer health effects. I sought to find how residents who live close to Dompoasi landfill site cope with the stench.
The
stench is so bad that you can't breathe in.
You can't stand the stench when it rains, but you have nowhere to go.
That is just what residents know. Leachate from landfills has serious implication on groundwater, which eventually reaches our homes. Dr. Anthony Ose Chumasi is a hydrological engineer at Kumasi Technical University.
For those non-engineered landfill sites, or for that matter, the dumping grounds, there's no material which is taking care of the leachate. There's no material. They just dump it, and then the material will seep underground and cause contamination. So in a sense, all the waters you are drinking from areas around where we put those things, at least most Ghanaians are actually going to suffer. And it is so damaging that if you don't take it, because some of them can even contain lead, because you put batteries and other things there, it can contain so many materials which can actually cause carcinogenic matters to other people.
So what happens to garbage cleared from the street to various dumping and landfill sites? What happens to the methane released from the sites or the pollution of the groundwater system? Dr. Wemiga has answers.
If we look at it in one way, it's a big resource, because methane is a combustible gas, so it can be used to produce energy. But the other thing is, the system has to put in place for it to be collected and then being used for that purpose. But if it's not done, then the only thing is that it goes into the environment.
I suggest that before you even dump the waste, you should actually take care of the hazardous ones. Those which are hazardous, I believe that those hazardous ones must be taken away. We should actually separate the waste, so that at least if there's only paper which is going to the landfill site or plastic, then at least we will take ourselves from being contaminated with this liquor, which is a leachate materials which are coming from them.
Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin reporting.
Away from those issues, what a man can do, a woman can do better. This phrase best describes the life of 16-year-old Charlotte Ashagbo, who is a barber, a drummer, and a football player. My colleague Faustina Safo paid Charlotte Ashagbo a visit at her school in the eastern region town of Isikuma.
The loss of a father can leave a family shattered, especially when a child has forged a bond with the father. So when 16-year-old Charlotte Ashagbo was told at the tender age of 4 that she could not see her father again, she was heartbroken.
When my father died, I feel sad because my mother is not having money to take care of us.
His absence dealt a big blow to the once financially stable family. Her mother, Theresa Lew, had to take up the responsibility of providing for the family of 5, but keeping food on the table was very difficult. Attending school regularly became a challenge for Charlotte. She could hardly pay her classes' fees or get enough books for her subjects. It was during such a hard time that she discovered a hidden talent, working as a barber.
I'm going to fetch water, and I saw some people cutting hair. And I stand and look at the way he's barbering the person. I saw fetching the water, and I came home and I called my sister so that I can cut. I was barbering my sister. I made a lot of photos.
With a razor blade, tailed comb, a white sack, and a yellow foam, Charlotte is ready for work. She makes 2 to 5 cedis every day, giving her schoolmates nice haircuts.
I charge them only 1 cedi. Some I will not charge them. The 1 cedi I used to buy food, pen, pencil, and eraser.
Her main clients are her schoolmates and friends. They come from school and the neighborhood to get styled.
My best friend is Ashagbo Charlotte. She do cut my hair for me freely.
Charlotte is my friend. I go to school with her. She used to cut my hair for me. She does it very well.
Ashagbo Charlotte is my sister. The first day she married me, there was a lot of hot pussy, but now she's very good at that.
A lot of women work in salons all over the world. They often style their fellow women, but Charlotte's desire is to cut across both genders. Alex Kwesi is Charlotte's teacher. He believes it's time to empower the girl child to take up the seemingly masculine profession.
Every child has got something like a talent that she's very good at. It's not every child who is very good academically and should always concentrate on the academic works. There are other things that children can do better than the academic work. So if you identify your child to have any kind of skill or any kind of talent aside academic work, you should pay much attention to it and help the child to develop that talent to help her move up rather than concentrating so much on the academic work.
Charlotte is also a drummer for her school's band and a footballer.
The boys, they don't know how to drum. Mommy, I learn it. What man can do, women can do. Because I decided to be a drummer, a footballer, baba, and all those things.
Faustina Safo's report, read by Noella Kareniale.
They couldn't get her shots.
You're still watching Joy News today. My name is Daniel Daze. Just gone by in this bulletin, we visited Garu, where the Quality Medical Center has resumed work since some arrears of workers' salaries were paid after workers laid down their tools on strike. Still up ahead in the bulletin, the Coalition of Textile Workers demand revival and redefinition of the job of the Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force to ensure an effective clampdown on the piracy of local designs seen to be collapsing the industry. All that and more in this bulletin. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Parliament Select Committee on Gender and Children is currently at Asin Asamankese addressing a gathering of chiefs, school children and other groups on sexual abuse and its prevention. Let's cross over live to Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba, who is with the team in the Central Region to bring us up to speed on what's been happening there. Maxwell, what have the gathering been told so far? Maxwell, if you can hear me, we want to find out what has transpired as the gathering so far.
Okay, so we, as you rightly mentioned, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Gender and Children is here in the Central Region, and we are here mainly because of the story we broke sometime in October 2017. Now, the Member of Parliament for Asin South, Reverend John Intim-Fojo, actually made a statement on the floor of Parliament. After he made the statement on the floor of Parliament about the matter, the Speaker of Parliament tasked the committee to actually investigate the matter also. Although the matter is still, pending before the court, the Speaker tasked the committee to actually investigate the matter. So as part of that investigation process and as part of sensitizing the community members here at Asin South and Central Region in general, they are here sensitizing the people and also providing the platform for them to speak about some of these issues. The first port of call of the committee was actually at at the office of the Central Regional Minister, Kwamina Duncan, actually told the committee that it's quite worrying the many issues of defilements that they've recorded in the Central Region. He said they need an all-hands-on-deck approach to effectively deal with the menace. He said some of the stories that they've had some of the stories are actually very weird, and they come to fathom how some minors living in the region could be subjected to some of these. Daniel, yourself, you remember some of the stories that we did. Our correspondent, Skojunya, actually reported about how a girl was actually raped till her intestines actually gassed out. He has been also making references to the story we broke about the alleged defilement of the 4-year-old girl. Now, the committee chairman stated that they'll be using sensitization and mentorship programs to effectively eradicate the menace. Now, as part of that, we are gathered here at Asen Asaman Kese, and we have some chiefs here, we have some police officers here, we have school children here, we have some churches, all of them gathered here as they listen to some members of the committee and then some of the chiefs who have gathered here, basically sensitizing them on sexual abuse and teenage pregnancy and how they can, deal with the menace. So basically, that is what we've been witnessing here at Asen Asaman Kese.
We'll be coming back to you as and when we have to. Now, that was Maxwell Agbaba speaking to us there from Asen Asaman Kese. You're still watching Joy News today. I am Daniel Dazi. We'll take these important messages. We'll be back with more news. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Coalition of Textile Workers Unions has served notice it will demonstrate come Friday, 27th April, to protest the seeming collapse of the textile industry. The workers are blaming piracy, largely for the challenges, and that they are demanding a revival of the anti-textile piracy task force to clamp down on the practice. Here, a spokesperson speaking earlier on News Desk on why their products are relatively more expensive as compared with pirated fabrics.
That the task force have to operate. They are formed all right, but then they are restricted to the borders, and they are not allowed to go to the sale points where the pirated products are being sold. And that is our problem, because at the borders, it's very difficult for an ordinary worker who is a member of the task force to be able to police the borders, not to allow these smuggled products to come into the country. So we need them to operate at the sale points, preferably in the markets where these products are being sold, so that when the marketers or the people who sell these products are being arrested and taken through the due process of the law, the source in which they get these products will be arrested and will cut short of this piracy.
Now, would you not say your members, who are members of the Anti-Textile Piracy Task Force, are not working well at the borders? Would you want to answer that?
No, we can't say that, because it's a mandate that they've been given. From 2010, they were working in the market, and we saw that they were achieving results, because when they were getting to the market, it was carrying the women, and they were reducing the importation, and it was boosting our business for us. So when 2017, we saw that there was a new mandate giving them not to go to the market, but rather to go to the borders, we felt that the women have their own ways of smuggling goods into the country. And so it was going to be very easy for them to bring the goods without the immigration knowing about it. And we think that arresting them at the market is the best solution, because by then you will be able to know that these are the people who are actually smuggling. They are not paying duty, so it's already a criminal offense. And we can't just let that be in the country.
So apart from their operationalization, what else do you think is the reason that the task force is unable to achieve its results?
It's just the area in which they work, because they are not trained personnel to be at the borders, to police the borders. They are just ordinary workers like me, like any ordinary Ghanaian who has not been trained in the security area.
Spokespersons of the Anti-Pirated Fabrics Task Force, they're speaking with Bernice Abubedu on News Desk. It's now time for business with Emmanuel Abuaji-Biafi. Stay with us.